Okay, the microphone is on. I hope you can hear some audio. Um, let's see. Give me a feedback here. Let me know if you're hearing my audio, please. Okay, the microphone is on. Oh, I have to kill my local audio. The microphone is on. I hope you can hear some audio. Let's see. Give me a feedback here. Let me know if. Okay, I got like audio coming out of my yin yang. All right, I hope I corrected that. You got audio now? Give me a thumbs up if you got audio. Yes, maybe. Yes, no. You know, I really need to go get a haircut. Okay, well, I'm glad. First off, I should say good evening to everyone. And I'm going to take the silly mask off because it's warm under here. Okay, mask coming off. Ta-da! Hey, there I am. Okay, so we're having fun now. Anyway, that was a little bit warm. And no, I don't need a haircut. Need some new teeth though, and working on that. Anyway, gonna start out. I've got this video loaded up, and we'll play it now. And hopefully the audio level is not too high on it, and I can do some commentary while it's playing, and of course read what you guys are saying and have questions and so on. So I'm starting the video now, so hopefully that'll be good. And there it is. It should have some volume to it as well. Sharon, how did you know I was wearing a mask? So yes, wanted to say good evening to everybody. Bree, of course, and we'll make your phone ring shortly. And of course we have Sharon there, Scott. Yes, that is Mission Control, and this is where is the audio from the video coming through? Okay, because right now I've got my volume turned down so I won't hear any feedback. So I don't know what's happening audio-wise. You're not hearing audio from the video. Okay, let me see if the video audio is on. Sound system. Okay, we'll try. Uh-oh. I don't know, just reset the video on me. Ha! Okay. We'll see. Okay, you hear anything now from it? Okay, so my audio was on, but the audio from the video was not on. Is that correct? Okay, we'll move a little further here. Hang on, I think I went a little bit too far. There, we'll watch him climb down the ladder again. So, anyway, now I got a helicopter flying by outside. A little bit noisy. Hang on. There, that ought to keep them quiet a little bit. Anyway, we're watching Neil Armstrong climb off the ladder. He's standing on the foot of the thing, of the lander, and he's going to do his footsteps. Sharon, yeah, that would be cool. Unfortunately, the man on the moon can't exactly walk out there without a spacesuit. Unfortunately, there's virtually, and I'm going to say virtually, no atmosphere. There is dust and stuff like that, but as far as anything breathable, definitely not. But it's amazing that they were able to do it, to even get up there. And, with the computing power that they had at the time, it'd be 1/100th of what your average cell phone is capable of doing today. So when you really think about it, wow, these guys had almost nothing for computing power. Everything was still calculated out by people, and that's probably one of the reasons why it was fairly good, as far as the numbers were concerned. Anyway, you can probably see Neil Armstrong still tethered to the lander, and one of their concerns, of course, was the surface stable enough to hold them, and that's why he remained tethered for a fair chunk of duration there. They wanted to make sure that the soil was actually something they could stand on. And it wasn't till I think it's about 5 minutes in that they finally took that tether off. Oh, Bree, you do what you need to do. Yeah, when you're up on the moon, I guess not really any other place to go do that. Can't just run behind a rock and drop the old drawers. Unfortunately, so yeah, that's kind of a battle that one must overcome when space traveling. There's different things. Anyway, this video that we're watching, it is from NASA, and it's chunks of all the video that they still have, and this has been released publicly, so it is in the NASA archives, and you're free to download it and utilize it. And comment on it and do your thing. Scott, you don't see Bree or Sharon? Why is that? Well, apparently they see you without any problem, and I see you Well, what the heck? Yes, Bree dear, I understand. Scott says he can't see you. I mean, I can see everybody, so... Okay. Well, what the heck? If you seen her 20 minutes ago, why can't you see her now? That's kind of really weird. Anyway, getting back to the video, that's the point where Neil Armstrong, I guess he's helping Buzz Aldrin get himself out of the spaceship or the lunar lander. So, and the other thing that they were doing at the time, it's that side of the lander has the rover on it, and basically he had to release the pins and the pulleys and allow the rover to come down. But I don't know if they show all that on here. Okay, well, Scott, Sharon, and Bree both see you. Sharon said, or sorry, Bree said, Scott, make sure that you are live chat. Maybe that's something that's going on. They don't. They do see you, Scott. Both of them. Yeah, and if you can't see them, then I'm a little bit perplexed as to what the heck is going on, because yeah. Oh, top chat. Okay. Bree says, yeah, make sure that you are on live, not stuck somewhere on a pause or something. Okay, I got to get my screen back up here. Okay, cool. It's fine. All right, you can see everybody now. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, Scott figured it out. He's got it fixed. He did just say, you know, Houston, we got a problem, and Houston fixed it for him. That's how easy it was. Yes, Bree, dear, he does see you. Okay, that's different. But YouTube is messing around with the stuff. I mean, you take a look at the emojis as an example. They've really messed that up. Okay, so we're watching the boring videos here. One of the things that they wanted to test out, what he's doing there with the jumping up and down onto the ladder. I don't know if you guys ever read about that, but what they had, they kind of made the last rung fairly high because they weren't sure if it was going to sink. And if they would have put the rung too low, things wouldn't have fit quite right. So that first rung is up just about at the 3-foot mark, which is fairly high, so you kind of got to jump up a little bit to get up there. But it's doable, so it's not bad. Yeah, I think that's where he just finally untethered just now from his thing. And I think I've got my Box on the wrong side. We'll move it over to the other side here. There we go. Because both guys are out right now doing their EVAs. Looks pretty cool. Anybody got questions? No? Just turning my volume back up a little bit so I can hear. It's 1/6 the gravity of Earth. So it's if you weigh 100 pounds here, you would only weigh 1/6 of that there. So why am I hearing? Oh, I better turn that down. Getting audio feedback from speakers. Typically when you're doing this, you should have headphones on. Not weightless, no. So yeah, like I say, you weigh 100 pounds here on Earth, you'd be 1/6 of that on the moon, so you'll feel like you weigh what is it, 15, 18 pounds, something like that. So you got a lot of spring in your step when you're doing that. You can literally do, the world's longest jump if you want. Well, it wouldn't be the world's longest jump because it wouldn't be on the world, it'd be the moon. But good for fab. Yeah. Well, space stations, yeah, at the International Space Station, no, there's no real gravity as per se. There is always microgravity in space. No matter what, space is not devoid of all gravity. There's always some gravity from some source affecting all the bodies around. So just like saying, well, space is a perfect vacuum, and that's not true either. There's just a lot less stuff there than there is in our atmosphere, as an example. So if you go out on the moon, as using it as an example, the moon has kind of a really shroudy dust-like atmosphere around it, and that's been found out through using LRO, or the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, and they were able to measure that. So that's quite interesting. I don't know if anybody's ever watched that, but I do have a video at the end here that I will play. It's also from NASA, and it is about the moon fairly close up. So, and that's from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. So it should be interesting. I'll let you guys watch that. This one's fairly long though. This video here, it lasts just about an hour of the different EVAs that they've got, and some of the different stuff. So I don't know. I don't hear any audio. Just wondering if you got questions. Yes, actually, there were several German. Actually, one of the German ones has already been to the space station. I don't recall the name offhand, but I do, that there was one of the German people. There was also a Japanese one. The Russian ones, of course, lots of them, and somebody from Spain, somebody from Poland, so they had quite a few. Yes, it was a fantastic day for the United States, but also not to be so, you know, giving them all the glory, but we also had, it was a great day for everyone on the planet, basically. That, mankind has achieved that type of thing where they've actually set foot on another body out, off of this planet, which is quite interesting. I can hardly wait for them to go back there, and it'll be cool. It's funny to watch myself on the two streams here because I'm watching myself while I'm actually talking, so live, and then I see myself talking afterwards, 30 seconds later, which is really weird. Plays mind tricks on you. Anyway, looking at the lunar surface, I can make my little picture smaller. We'll look more at the lunar rocks. You can see quite a bit of that. I don't know what they're saying on the video, but a lot of interesting areas. Okay, well, I will tell you where I was when, and I believe it was about 6:20 a.m. that it happened in Germany, where I was. What happened was the school actually set up their giant television. They had a very large TV at the time. I think it was like back then, the 26-inch TV was massive. Anyway, we got to watch it early in the morning. My parents got us up, and every kid in the neighborhood basically went to the school to watch the first steps on the moon. Although we couldn't understand what the English was at the time, because I didn't speak English back then, only spoke German. It was actually very interesting and very cool. And the best part was we were able to look up into the sky and actually see the moon at the time. So I was really, really happy, and had a hard time understanding how they could be up there. But it is what it is, and it worked out, so we're all happy. Okay, Sharon says, I was still in England. Mum woke bro and got me up about 2:30. Well, it was 20 after, but 2:30? That was early. Bree says, I was in Florida. Well, that's good. It was early evening, I think, for America. The actual landing took place at 10, or sorry, the actual stepping on the moon took place at 10:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's when, so yeah, probably early evening for most of the people in the United States. Yeah, it was 10:22 p.m. was when Neil Armstrong stepped off the LEM. So, pretty cool. And of course here they're doing some more of their EVAs. Kind of interesting to see. Space suits. Well, right now the temperature out there would be just slightly around 200 degrees. So their backpacks are cooling them off. Yes, Bree, totally agree. We do have much better technology today for going to the moon. Things would be a lot, I don't know if I want to call it easier, but it's still more to go wrong. You know, it's, yes, there's more technology, but there's more to go wrong. So we have to take all that with a grain of salt in a way. PM. The landing there was in PM at 10:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If that's what you were asking, Sharon. This is yes, it is very cool to see it, Bree. Yes, Scott. India did post or postpone the unmanned flight. They had a few boo-boos and failures, so they're trying to get rid of the errors before they shoot the thing up into space. Oh, it's not that much work. I was able to download the video, so all legal out of the NASA aspects of things. So we're allowed to do it. And I think it's great, though, you know, to be able to see the footage. And, you know, a lot of this footage was actually lost from the Apollo landings. A lot of it was wiped out. And a lot of these chunks of footage that you see are actually restored from second-party sources because somebody boo-booed and wiped out a bunch of stuff. Sharon, England. Yes, I don't hang on. Maybe I've got my time wrong. It should be AM, 10 AM, not PM. That would make more sense. Yeah, that's got to be AM. Because I remember getting up early in the morning to see it. So it had to be. My bad. I said PM. It's got to be AM. Because I know I watched it very early in the morning. So, well, we'll figure it out 100%. We'll ask Google. Well, they have a different time altogether. They have 10:56 p.m. according to this in Google. I'm not sure. I remember watching it early in the morning, so I don't know. I don't understand it either. They got us. It's all a conspiracy, you know. It's a conspiracy. Yeah, it's whacked out. But you know, there's those guys out there, the conspiracy theorists, who say that this is all staged in Hollywood somewhere, and that nobody ever went to the moon. Well, then my question is where did they get the moon samples when they took them out of the capsules? Where did those come from? So it's kind of interesting stuff. Well, you might have heard that. I got a text message from someone. Yes, they did hear the text thing go off. Okay. Yeah, Bree, I can fix that. Okay, Bree, dear, it's fixed. Yeah, Scott, but the hours didn't make sense because we seen it early in the morning, so I'm not sure what the hell it is, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. The thing is, the important part is people say that no, the moon lander and moon landings didn't happen, all this stuff, except for we actually do have reflectors up there that they've left there that you can shoot with a laser from Earth and get signal to reflect back if you know where the reflectors are. So it does indeed prove that they've been there. And then also with the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, then they've been able to actually take photos of the actual landing sites for all the Apollo missions. So it's interesting stuff. We'll have to contract Walter Cronkite. Cronkite. I'll get that word right. I remember him saying that. And then he repeated the words that Neil said. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Words that are embedded in our brains forever. No, Sharon, they aren't. It's a conspiracy, Sharon. It is. Definitely a conspiracy. I might be mistaken. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure that we ended up getting up early to go see it. But that's weird. Yes, Bree, he was dancing. He's testing out gravity. They were, when they first got up there, that was one of the things that they had to actually do, was see how well they could maneuver in their spacesuits. Those suits, apparently, when you take them off, they weigh somewhere upwards of 400 pounds. So again, you got to understand it's only 1/6 of that when you are on the moon. So divide that into 400 into 6 pieces, and so you've got like a 70-pound pack on your back, is what it feels like, which is not so bad. Yes, he actually did cry. There was tears in his eyes. Yep, dancing on the moon. I just wanted to see one of those guys do what they call the moonwalk, but it just didn't happen. It wasn't invented back then. Michael Jackson was the one who invented that. I wish I had headphones. I could hear what they're saying. And not get feedback. Okay, I'm going to leave me off for a couple minutes. I'll keep yakking, but I'm just going to turn the video off, and from me, that is, not the stream video. If I can figure out how to do it. Okay, I'm hiding now. Then we can see. So, yeah. Who lit a cigarette? Buy some. Okay, so I've got trivia question here, and I don't want you guys to Google this. I just want you to tell me who it might have been. So we know that Neil Armstrong, of course, was the first person to step on the moon. We also know Buzz Aldrin, or Edward Buzz Aldrin, was the second guy. So now the question is, and this is the trivia question, who was the guy in the command module flying around the moon while Neil and Buzz were out on the surface? Do you know the name of that pilot? Okay, we'll see if you guys know. Oh, Sharon, did you Google that? Oh, you didn't know? Okay. And what was the last thing that was said on the moon by a human being that we know of? And no, it wasn't Arnie Schwarzenegger's "I'll Be Back." Yes, Sharon had it right, Bree. What was he? As far as Michael Collins, he was a pilot. They didn't want him going down to the moon. They thought he'd be moon happy or something. Okay, Sharon. We'll let you get away with it. Not a problem. So long, Mr. Moon? Oh, is the moon leaving? John Glenn. John Glenn never went to the moon. John Glenn was the first American in space, yes. But he was not the first person in space. That was Yuri Gagarin on October 4th of 1959, or 58, or 57. Way back then, sometime long ago, but it was Yuri Gagarin. He was the first Russian, and they also had the title for the first female in space, the Russians did. So I'm actually not surprised that the U.S. did what they did as far as being able to get a man on the moon, though. It was good. I'm happy that they did. You didn't Google that John Glenn didn't go to the moon? Actually, he was actually slated to go up there. But they cut the program. Oh, the Collins guy. Yeah, Michael Collins, the pilot of the command module. But anyway, getting back to the moon thing, there's some interesting stuff. Do I want to go? Hey, hi Gary. I don't know if I want to go into space. I think like the Blue Origins or something like that would be enough for me, just to go up, into space, see what's going on, and basically come back down to the ground. I think going to the moon is a little too far away for me. Yeah, and if all you good people, if you haven't visited Gary's stream yet, I think most of you here have, but if you haven't, Gary's got a live stream running, as well as I have another live stream running. It's still live, I think. It says something about happy anniversary, man on the moon. So, all cool. Hey, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you haven't already. And as far as going to the moon, it's going to be interesting. Well, Bree, I don't know about going there because, okay, try to explain. I'll explain this as far as, Here in the Earth, when we're on the ground here, we've got a big atmosphere above us. And the atmosphere protects us against all these little micrometeorites and everything that's flying around out there in space, little space debris. And we've actually been very fortunate that none of the Apollo guys got nailed with little space rocks. It would be very, very deadly, if they get smacked with one of them, because, okay, not only would it hurt, it'd depressurize their suit and they'd be a goner. So it's taking a big chance being up there on the moon. Also, because it doesn't have an atmosphere, you're subject to the radiation levels that are produced by the sun. They're like 10 times higher than they are here. So you need to be able to find shelter of some sort there. That was one of the big concerns they had when they were bringing them back, to see, that they didn't have that high of a radiation level. That's why partially they kept them in that quarantine for a while. But the newer space suits and stuff like that, things got a little easier, so they didn't have to worry about radiation quite as much. Radiation-wise, Mars is not worse than the moon, because Mars does have a thin atmosphere, and it does keep some of it out, but it's one of those things. Gary, the bolts through the eyeballs, that actually, that's I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because that's an interesting thing. Lots of people don't understand what causes that, and it's basically gamma rays. And there's been a lot of tests done. NASA did them, UCLA did them. What's that guy, the company down or school in Texas there did that as well. Anyway, it's gamma rays hitting your retina, and what ends up happening is you actually see a little flash or star, but it's not going to hurt you, because it's only a single photon, but you do see it, which is pretty weird. So as far as that part, seeing the little stars or sparks in your eyeballs, that's what causes that. But yes, the penetrations and dents in the helmets, and it really, they do have some of the stuff in there where, it's more so on the, if you look at the space station, where they have a bunch of holes in it from little micrometeorites hitting it. So you get the same thing. The Apollo craft, like the Moonlander, certainly didn't have a heck of a lot of protection. Anything could have pinched through those very thin plates that they had on there, especially if it's moving at 17,000 miles per hour, right? But the dents and things that they had in the helmets and in the back cases of the EVA suits, it was actually very interesting to see that they had that many spots on them. And like, we take the atmosphere for granted here and don't realize that they're being bombarded by all these little particles up there. That's why they say about if you're going to build a shelter on the moon, that you'd want to bury it. Yeah, but they do keep going up there, Bree. They'll figure out a way to protect themselves. Basically, if you put a habitat up there, you want to make it more or less bulletproof. Okay, and that's what you need to be doing. But you got to make it bulletproof about 20 times over, so these things don't penetrate. Oh, I got more email. Okay, so I'm reading through some of this. This is hilarious. It's a new spam email. Oh, too much fun. But oh well. Okay, I'm kind of catching up here with the reading. You know, Gary, with the flag, actually, I think it'd be cool if we could go up there and replace it and take that one and auction it off, and let some good guy pay for the next mission. I think they could make some money off of that. You don't want to be a moon vixen? Oh dear. Well, and you don't want to be a moon vixen or a Mars vixen. Too far away. Okay, now on this video, I'm curious about something. I don't know if you guys notice it too, but the astronaut that just backed up to the left side of the screen, he went out there, and then we see something off just above the horizon. And I'm wondering, is that Earth, or is that some other planet, or is that one of those spaceships watching the moon landing? Yeah, it would. There'd definitely be a very high price for that flag. I think what I'd like to do is get what do they call that stuff that they pour into footprints? Dump that into the original footprint there, and make casts out of it, and and sell those as souvenirs. That would be pretty cool too. The first footprint on the moon. Bree, there'd be people lined up like crazy to buy that flag, and I think it would be going well into the millions, if not billions of dollars. People would really want it. It'd be a wanted item. Being stolen. A conspiracy Oh my God, that would be horrible. That would really, really wreck things if it was a conspiracy that the moon flag was stolen. But who's going to go up there and confirm it? You know, that's the big thing. If you confirm it, I don't know. Yeah. I have a partial scenic view of now available. Okay, available now. All right. Alien Anne is back. See, Sweet Pea Bree. So nice to see you, chat. You go, my girl. Me, you, us. No, don't know, Scott. I haven't been up there. I have no idea of verifying it. The atmosphere up there, actually, with the dust particles and stuff, yes, Scott, it will destroy it. It will definitely put wear and tear on it. And maybe in about 1,000,000 years, it will disintegrate. The UV protection will have gone and it'll just turn to powder. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. And just think, you know, they're 186,000 miles away on a ball of basically dirt that's about a quarter the size of the Earth. And that's about 400 times smaller than the sun. It's all very interesting. They say there is a lot of potential for mineral deposits there that they can harvest. One of the items that they say is really precious is helium-3, and they could get that in abundance from the moon surface. So I don't know. They say there's gold and diamonds and a bunch of other things up there too, because it was a lava or fluidic hot molten mass at one point, and it did have water and stuff like that. It would turn around and produce gold. So, oh, you guys gonna go fly to the moon? Well, you can probably get a ride on SpaceX's BFR. It'll probably do pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't mind going up there on one of those just for a few hours and then come back. I think that'd be cool. But 4 days on a ship to get up there is kind of slow. It'd be boring looking out the window. Always the same scenery, nothing changes. So I don't know how long this video actually lasts here, but how long we've been going. It should be over pretty soon. We'll see what happens. Excuse me. Go back to my control page here and see. Yeah, we got about 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in this video, so that'll be all right. "61 minutes, yes. Thank you, Bree. Oh, who's watching the time anyway? Yes, that's right. It's 1 hour and 6 minutes. That's a bit. And then a little bit is 33 minutes. So that's how we keep time on our planet. Okay, I think that video is over. Oh, maybe not. I have to keep that little thing open to see, but it should be a few more seconds. No, Bree, I did not have a nap today. I was too busy with doing all kinds of weird things. And by the way, Gary, if you're still listening, okay. All right, that video is done. I'm going to switch scenes to the next video, but I'm going to let that play. And there I am again. So hi. But before I let that video play all the way, I'm going to pause it. And I'm going to make me bigger. And then I'm going to show you the new thing I got. And if you can read that, it says next image 10. And it's the new camera I picked up today, 10 megapixel next image camera. Just so you know. Something to play with and work on. Okay, we'll put me back down tiny in the corner here. Yes, it's a camera for viewing the moon and planets, and it's bigger and better than well, it's not bigger, but it's better than the old one. The old one was only 5 megapixels, so it's pretty cool. I like it, so I'll let this moon video play. And I see, oh, I need to move me over to the other side so I'm not in the way of the craters. These shots that you see here are actually from the Lunar Reconnaissance Rover, or Orbiter, I mean, LRO. And that thing takes some pretty nice shots. That video is actually in 4K if you wanted to download it. Yes, very cool craters. I really kind of enjoyed that when I was looking at this. Definitely better than what I can do, considering I have to look through an atmosphere to be able to see the moon. But it does look good. And when you're only 200 miles above the surface, you seem to have a little better viewpoint. So they did have the advantage there. Yeah. Well, this stuff here, this video is basically just a 4K view at the moon. It really has nothing to do with their 50th anniversary, but I thought I'd throw that in and just let it play. And the moon is not up yet here, so that's an unfortunate thing, but it will be sometime in the middle of the night, or early in the morning, I guess, is when it's going to show up. I'll find out for sure here while I'm doing this. Whoop, 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 whoop. I've got it going crazy. Okay, when you hit the wrong buttons and it goes too fast. Okay. Moonrise here will be when? There, moonrise will be at around midnight, and then it will get up to about 20 degrees elevation. Oh, it's actually going to be very high in elevation tonight, so almost 28 degrees, 29 degrees when it hits the south, just before morning. So yeah, it'll be a very early morning sight to be able to see the moon. And yeah, that's some pretty awesome video of the moon. Okay, why is it paused to play? My video got stuck. Ha! It's probably because I was using the other software to see the moonrise. But yeah, it's some pretty darn good video shots of the moon. And just so you know, NASA does a lot of putting these shots together. They really work through them as far as you know, editing the video a whole bunch. What you see is not normally what you get. So it's pretty cool that they are able to get these high quality images. So, you know, 4K image of the moon is pretty darn nice. I think they've done a good job. So, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely think. So, yeah, as this video comes to the end, I think that's it. Oh, no, it's still going. Okay, it's got about a minute and 27 seconds left. So, all right, we'll just let it play. Yeah, it's fantastic, the quality. I hope you guys are watching because it is in 1080p. Unfortunately, my software doesn't allow it to go into the 4K mode. So, but that video, if you did want to see it, it is available in 4K. That's this video here. Hey, BB, why are you not blue? Oh my God. BB didn't get enough carrots. Or is it carrots that make you turn blue? BB, try typing, see what happens. use your paws or your ears and type something. Yeah, this particular video, if you wanted to download it, it's actually, what are they actually calling it? Moonlight underscore 2160p30. And that's on their site. BB, what are you talking about? You're blue in this room. I see it very clearly. Have you not eaten your carrots today? Yes, you are blue now. So, yep, that's the moon. And then if we watch the movie, well, what is it, that one where they have the time machine and they blow the moon up in another 200 years or something, or 100 years from mining too much? I don't want to see that. So it'd be kind of neat. You like your floppy ears, do you? Yeah, I think the moon would be a cool place. Two minutes ago she went. Who went? Okay, and there's the end of the video as the moon fades away into nothingness. So we'll pop it back to oh gee, we got the bunny cam and oh, what the heck is this thing doing now? I don't know what it's looking at. Ha! Confusing. It's confusing me. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to shut off this stream for now. We've been on for a little over an hour, so I thank you very much for popping in and stopping by. And hope to see all of you down the road. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll shut this stream down and go park myself back on the other channel. So have a great evening, and think about the moon landing and about when we're going to have the next people actually going up to the moon. Hopefully it's sooner than later. Take care for now, and bye all.